Welcome to the Brewtiful Game. As always, I am Blake here with Ferris.
Hola.
And Ron.
Viva España!
Let's go.
And on tonight's episode, we are going to talk our third Men's World Cup since starting this. We started in 2016. Did we?
22, 26. Yep. Your
Yep.
math is accurate.
Yeah, so 28. Yeah. Awesome. I couldn't remember how many it was. I was terrible this time. I didn't get our Panini stickers. I had to struggle finding them.
I didn't either. I might have a book coming my way randomly, but I have no stickers.
Yeah.
I wonder if they'll be on like bargain sale at like the bottom of the bin for like 5 cents now or something.
I can attest that while I was in England in mid-June or late June, whatever it was, I found empty packages next to rubbish bins a lot of places, but I could not actually find them anywhere. But tonight, Spain are your new World Cup champions as they defeated the previous holders of Argentina 1-0 this past Sunday in New Jersey. It's in New Jersey. I don't care what you say, New York teams. It's in New Jersey. You had to pay to get in. You got to pay to get out.
And you got to pay for the field on the way out too if you want a piece of that.
Yes. Oh, yeah.
Did you hear about that?
Yep. Where they were mad.
There's a big lawsuit about it.
Yes.
Yeah. Was it FIFA was going to sell pieces of the pitch?
Yes.
Trying to.
Yeah.
Trying to, but it's technically the state of New Jersey.
Yeah.
Yeah. And if they were able to, it would have generated another like $11 million.
Infantino's like, you're not using it. You're going to put the crap of turf on there. What are you doing? Maybe there'll be more Infantino impersonations as this goes. So the first half of the pod, we're going to talk all about the final match from Spain's dominating performance to Argentina's fighting until the end, literally. Then as the halftime whistle blows. Oh, and we have our second rescinded red card. We'll get to that.
Right. Oh, yeah. I forgot about that.
Then as the halftime whistle blows, the oh, man. The Mercilist?
It was merciless.
Okay,
I got that right.
I got you. The merciless Messi apologist and the Mo Money Mo Morgan of the Blues. Ron shares us all the news that's fit to drink in this edition of Ron's Beer News. I was wondering.
I don't know what you want from me. It's like the money we got. Oh man. Classic back in the day, and all I thought about was Money Mo Morgan.
I thought there was gonna be like a Madonna reference in there somewhere.
I can just picture Ferris doing the click, the snaps.
I used to know all the words to the drop on that. Who's hot? Who's not? Who's not? Oh man, I used to know it all.
Ron, are you familiar with the cast of the show The Red Dwarf?
Yes.
I'm going to send you something I sent my buddy on my other podcast to The Red Dwarf because someone made a Boys from the Dwarf thing with Madonna and Ronaldinho and
yes.
It's so good. I'll pull it up as we get going and I'll send it your way. It's flawless. And then finally tonight we're going to end the pod recapping the 2026 World Cup with some of our favorite games, goals, storylines, etc. in this edition of the La Liga's Roundup. But first, our beer. I'm going back to my next to last beer from Cambridge, speaking of my England trip, since that's kind of where I kicked off watching some of the World Cup for me. And this is, Ferris, I'm going to send you this page because I'll show you the can. I don't know why. I just feel like this is your kind of beer. I think this is something that you would very much order. This is the Cardinal Red, and it is their red IPA with like kick ass art of like this.
Oh, that's cool.
Like a cardinal archery, but it's like partial real picture of a guy with the photoshopped. Their art is kind of where they don't try to make the Photoshop look like it's realistic. Like they have clearly slapped this cardinal on there, but it's a cool art with almost like a rising sun motif behind it. It's a little bit like what if Japan and medieval England had an archer together kind of thing. So with its new yeast, this Cardinal Red is a delightfully malty ale contrasted by its refreshing hop notes. Thoroughbred American red IPA that takes citrus fruit notes from the Mandarina Bavaria and Trident hops balanced with the maple sweetness and biscuit depth of Vienna malt. I'm be sad. Oh, and this is, again, the Brew Board Brewery from Cambridge. I'm going to be sad when I have my last one. All these have been great.
It's $3.70.
Exactly.
$3.70.
Yeah, no, like £3
£3.70.
pence.
There you go.
£3, 70 pence. It's been a long day. It's been a long day.
That's an expensive beer.
That is
£3
expensive.
and $70.
Dang.
We are drinking the last of our World Cup beers.
Mm-hmm.
This one is from the great country of Mexico, brewed in 1865.
One of the host countries.
Yep.
Let's go.
Brewed since 1865. Victoria is Mexico's oldest continuously produced beer brand. It is a Vienna-style lager boasting of an amber pour, ABV of 4.1%, and a slightly sweet toasted malt flavor with a crisp finish. Originally brewed by Campaña Cervecería in Toluca, Mexico, the brand was acquired by Grupo Modelo in 1935. Today, Grupo Modelo is a subsidiary of AB InBev.
I did try to find some Spanish beer, like Estrella or something, but I couldn't find it when I was here for the pod. But so we're both drinking beers made with Vienna malt.
Yes, indeed.
Can't wait to give this a try. And we got it in a gigantic 32-ounce bottle.
That bottle looks rad. It's so classy looking.
Right?
Like it's a classy,
Way to it.
like it looks like a 40, but it's a classic looking one.
It ain't no 40. It's a Colt.
It's a gold. 1 quart. Oh, that is awesome. Double deuce, 22 ounces.
All right, let's see if we can
Give that bad boy a crack open.
All right.
Says BBN, October 2026.
Oh, this Cardinal Red from Brewboard is a 4.6 ABV. I don't think I said that. God, every one of their beers I've had, this hops profile smells so good. But none of them have been overbearing. None of them are like that hops sort of peel the enamel off your teeth thing. Oh, man.
Ron, that is probably one of my finest pours for you, my friend.
That looks quite good.
Oh, I'm struggling. Mine is very carbonated.
Look at the head on that thing.
Sits well, too.
Yeah. Nice lacy head. Oh,
I danced under that name.
Okay, then we get a swig left here. But
I can't say that I'm surprised, Blake.
Mine is extremely carbonated. I'm gonna have to let that settle for just a hot second.
I was
cheersing. Cheers me. No, we got about a swig left, so we'll.
That smells so good. I don't know if it's going to taste that great, but it smells good.
We'll see.
It's got a rate beer.
Here we go.
Beer Advocate score of 70, which lands them centrally in the quote okay.
Well, it definitely moves you from last week's prestige.
Right? Yeah, of poor.
Yeah.
Hey, listen. that was, what was it, like 34,000 ahead of something else is a bit shocking to the world of beer.
Cheers, gents.
Cheers.
Cilantro. There we go. Here's to having the World Cup here in the States.
Heck yeah, man. And a third one we've covered.
Yeah.
It's actually good. Slightly bitter finish.
Yeah, slightly. But goes down smooth enough.
So this is malty, not like a Vienna lager, like stronger than that, almost to like a Bock almost kind of way. It sits between like a lager and a Bock for maltiness. So you get that sort of bready, that bready flavor on the back of your tongue after those.
Sure.
But you get all this hop, but it's all up front. You don't get it, that dissipates quickly, and then you have the malty bread afterwards. This is unique. And I actually mean unique in a positive way. Like I wouldn't know what to compare it to. It is unlike a beer that I've tried before.
Nice.
It's quite good. I know. I wish I could share these with you guys.
This one is not as biscuity as you would expect a little bit out of a Vienna lager. Mm-hmm. It's a little more caramel.
This one's extremely biscuity, not caramelly at all. Oh man, this is good though. But damn, it's carbonated. Well, that was like 3 inches of head. I had to wait to go down there.
How'd you know the name that I danced under?
Bingo. Yeah.
That one was Punchline Scramble.
Yeah, it was. That was a good one. Well, before we roll into the World Cup, I have a surprise only for Ron because Ferris knows what I got him. But Ron,
to be honest with you, I do, but I completely forgot which one you
did
said.
you forget? Okay,
I completely forgot.
there was the tent sale, the Awesome Soccer Post, and they have a website actually too. Like they're great, but they have their June tent sale where this year the kits were they buy 3 for $100 I don't know. It's great. You go through and it's like it'll be your last year's stuff or whatever. But even on the inside, like obviously it'll be the end of this season's like Arsenal stuff or Chelsea or Man United. But even that stuff was like half off or whatever. Like the sale is awesome. They do. But you pop that bad boy open and you guys Ferris can remember what I got. It should be 2 separate bags in there.
Ah, okay. Well, I'll hand it to Ron since the main one will be his surprise.
Well, here you should.
What do you want me to do?
You should open yours first. Yeah, open it, Ferris, and pull out the blue colored one so you don't get confused because you would think that would be Ron.
Yeah, I would. Yeah. Plus, there's a big bolt on the side of it. I don't know anything. Yeah. All right, here we go.
Yeah, I got to get you guys to next time you should visit when that's happening. Because it is dangerous for the wallet. You're like, I mean, that Australia kit's pretty cool, and this is kind of. I mean, it's bad. Like, because.
Oops, sorry, I was supposed to curse a lot.
Yeah, all is forgiven.
Got to turn around so Ron can't see it.
I'm not staring at you. Don't worry.
Like it's not.
Are you having performance anxiety as we stare at you?
Okay, I know that one. Okay, so this has to be. Yeah. Okay, this has to be Ron's.
Yeah.
Okay. Is there something like a little bit of like flat and tough in there?
Yes, that one's Ron's. Yeah.
Okay,
and there's a blue one for you. Yeah.
So can I just pass it off?
Yeah, pass it on over. Yeah.
Okay. All right. We didn't rehearse this before.
No, it's fine. You're fine. I was trying to remember how I packaged it.
Behind the scenes of our podcast and how organized we are.
Yeah, we're extremely.
I just like that Ferris didn't remember.
Oh, I do. I do. This is okay. I remember this one now. Yes. Okay.
I was excited you didn't have that one because finding a Man United jersey for Ferris is difficult.
Is this the blue one?
This is the collar blue one. Was it last year or the year before last? I don't remember.
That is sharp.
But it is sharp. And I think tomorrow we're announcing another blue one. But hey, man, with the collar and the one button. Let's go.
Yeah, that one's tight looking.
Brilliant. Thank you, Blake. This thing's great.
All right, Ron. Ron knows part of what his is because I had to ask for a size.
Oh, this is hilarious.
Yeah.
Is this a little German kit?
So for
urban outfit for Max?
Yeah, so for your son, a full kit.
That
socks and
awesome.
Everything are in there since he is playing soccer now.
Yes. And you'll also laugh to know that after his birthday, we have because he turns 3, we will have the many more sports open for him to start playing. And we have enrolled him in ice hockey.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
The Canadian half of him is
quite happy.
That's awesome. Socks and the whole kit for good old Deutschland. Nice.
I love Ferris is just changing right now. He's getting into his kit immediately. It's sexy over there. Ferris with no shirt on. This pod got hot.
Well, he did dance under 3 inches of head.
That's true. Dude, that kit is slick.
I love it. Like hear a word you guys are saying. And I also just saw myself in the camera. And boy, no, sun this summer.
Oh, nice kit. A little matching Deutschland kit.
Oh, that's sharp as hell.
Yeah, I was looking like
is that last year or 2 years or
the Chelsea stuff was thin on the ground, and then when I saw that there was a matching one for your size to go with the one that we got Max, I was like, okay, that's it. That's what's happening. I need some adorable picture of Ron and his kid outside kicking the football back and forth to each other in their German kits.
Yeah. That's nice.
That is sharp.
Good
dude.
texture.
Heck yeah.
Just
a white black with a little bit of red and gold up there. Oh,
and the crest right in the center. Like,
that's nice.
I'm not usually a fan of a white kit, but that doesn't count to me. Like
no, you're right. It just, what was this? 2022, 2018's Germany kit? Man, that thing's nice though.
See, again, that's the best thing about Soccer Post's tent sale is I would say 70% stuff in the last 2 seasons, right? Up to the current season that's like ending and then, or just ended, and the previous season. But then there's also, sometimes you just find some stuff you're like, what? That's awesome. That you wouldn't have expected to see in there.
Yep. Okay. So that was, 2022's.
Was it the Euros?
World Cup. Yep.
Oh no, World Cup.
The World Cup, the last World Cup. Yep. And
it's even got the team written in German on the inside.
Oh, cool.
Right, which is their their national moniker, if you will. Like we use
Rheinmannskraft.
We have I always thought it was Manshaft.
You might be right.
For the longest time.
Oh yeah, look at that as you look over. There's a C in there.
That's the name Ron dances under.
Yeah, Manshaft. Thanks, Blake.
Yeah, dude.
Blake. They're great.
Again, I'm not pushing, but seriously, I did a picture of you and Max playing soccer in those. That has to happen.
Heck yeah. He's got soccer on Sunday, so.
Yeah, my kid was very upset.
With the soccer shots kit he's going to wear, and my wife will be exceedingly happy.
Yeah, my kid was like, "What? You didn't find any Lester Fox stuff?" I'm like, "Sorry, buddy. I got that cool book I told you guys about. I think in one of the previous pods. So we're reading that. I was like, the Lester kits were thin on the ground there, buddy. Sorry.
That's a sharp blue kit.
It is.
I completely forgot this was the one that you. Yeah, this was
it's
great.
That shade of blue,
for me.
or 2 shades of blue, I guess I should say, and that the solid white crest is really cool looking.
Yep.
Yeah.
I can't remember if this was this past year or the year before last. I don't remember, but either way, don't matter. It's sharp.
Yeah, that's quite a good one.
Class never goes out of style, right?
I mean,
style never goes out of
style. Style never goes out of class. Class never goes out of style.
Yeah, something like that.
Well, speaking of class, should we move over to the final of the World Cup? How's that for a segue?
That's a good segue.
All right. So Spain, in case you hadn't heard, are your 2026 World Cup champions as they defeated Argentina and Messi, the former holders of the title, 1-0 on Sunday afternoon in New York, New Jersey, but we know it's really New Jersey. It's not often we can refer to a 1-0 scoreline as a dominating performance, but that was absolutely the case in this one. Although it went scoreless in full time, it was not without incident as Spain not only suffocated Argentina, but at the end of 90 minutes, Argentina had 0 shots on goal, and we're going into extra time, a man down, courtesy of Enzo Fernandez. Getting sent off in the 93rd minute of full time on the back of a robust challenge after he had 10 minutes earlier ran his mouth to the head referee, Slavko Vincic.
Sure.
We'll go with that. Argentina can only hold on for another 16 minutes more as coming out of the halftime of extra time earlier, Spain substitutes made the difference as Nico Williams headed the ball on the inline back to a crashing Ferran Torres, who rocketed it home. Argentina made a half-assed attempt at trying to level, but with no luck, as Spain went on to win their second ever World Cup. With the only shot technically on goal, but it didn't count, from Messi square to Mikel Merino's face.
Yeah. One shot straight to Mikel.
Straight
face. Yep, that's the only shot of the entire game.
And I would like you to know that literally my family yelled Scott Sterling.
Oh yeah,
in unison.
It was a very Scott Sterling.
Yeah, it was like Scott Sterling. So vamos España. I don't know Spanish. You do it, Ferris. I didn't take Spanish.
I just put it in Google Translate.
You just don't know how to say it.
All right, vamos España, que sujada Argentina.
Man, everybody cut off the podcast that speaks Spanish.
Do you know what it means?
I have no idea what that means.
Let's go Spain. Piss off Argentina.
Brilliant.
You're welcome.
A sentiment shared by many.
Yes.
So, without a doubt, I would say first, the best team in the World Cup won the World Cup.
100%.
Easily.
They were. But I was worried that some BS was going to happen toward the end, and Messi would squeak something through when it was still 0-0, just because, but it would have been like, God, this was really going to suck if in the last breath Argentina scores and the better team really has been Spain. But like, there were some moments that called off goal. I know they said it. I still was confused by it that Marino
in the time, but in replays, Mikhail, or what's your guy's name?
Marino.
Yes, he did step on the foot of the defender. Now, the defender looked like he just got shot from a sniper on either side of the stadium and went down like a...
But did the defender not also have his arms wrapped around him? I mean, it looked like they were...
Yeah, I mean, that happens, though. But I don't think anybody really saw that the foot on the studs on a foot there because of their reaction on how that defender, I think it was Otamendi, went down because of it. So I think in the end, it was probably a foul. I mean, it was more just like an incidental type thing that happens. It certainly didn't look like much, but okay, you want to call it. I kind of understood more seeing that, how at the end of the game they do they're showing the goal, what was called off in the replay, and they do that like zoom in, highlight the foot thing, and where you're like, okay, well, guess I see it.
Yeah,
but
it just felt
you're
like,
right, Blake.
I was scared that's what was going to happen. Some kind of BS like that stuff would get called out, and then they'd squeak one.
I mean, how many times did Argentina leave it late? Even who did they beat to get into the final again?
Nobody.
England, who looked phenomenal.
To be honest,
right?
That was probably the cleanest game Argentina played.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, true.
I mean, zero controversy in that entire match.
They played their cleanest, and England like played their worst of the tournament. Like that was the kind of...
And you just expected that something the longer a game goes scoreless, the more it benefits Argentina. We said that a few times on the pod. Mm-hmm. So I think it was squeaky bum time, and a lot of households like, ooh, this is gonna suck if somebody scores.
Yeah. It's I caught it. Don't you worry.
Okay, good.
We don't mind the curses, by the way. It's just Blake's trying to edit this pod quickly.
Yes.
That's the only reason.
That's why I kind of muted myself.
But
I just don't think like I think everybody was like, oh my God, they're not really going to go the entire game without zero shots on goal and then win it in a PK.
That's what
that was kind of the feeling that everybody had. And you could, everybody felt it watching it. Even if you weren't a Spain fan, I think a lot of neutrals were going for Spain just because of the antics that a lot of people may have seen for the first time on how Argentina play and how they got here. About all of the fouls, the crowding the ref, the mouthing off to the ref, the little dark arts, the cheap shots, all of those things.
And their luck
that
finally...
we've been talking about all tournament, they're not getting carded for and this sort of that. A lot of people saw that on display. Certainly heard about it and saw it afterwards with the fight and things that are going on there, which we'll talk about here soon. But it felt like this is going to go that way. They're going to go 120 minutes with no shots on target, right? And win in a penalty shootout because they had won 3 of the last 4 in like a competitive cup final or something like that, or whatever. There's a stat that kept saying on TV, and Spain had lost like 2 of the last 6 or something like that. And you're like, oh man, there's no way. But then coming out of that half, it's whether they just wore Argentina down because of the dominance that they showed, but just a little sneak back to the center, and Fernando Ferran Torres just hammered it home. And as a substitute, he started in the previous game or maybe the game before that, and got kind of I don't want to say lambasted, but started and had a bunch of shots. Especially, I think it was either Cape Verde or was it like really early in the tournament against Cape Verde for them where they drew 0-0. But had kind of gone from starting to bench and that sort of thing, but had come on. And you just saw what it meant to him and then what it meant to Spain and how Argentina kind of just sunk. They kind of woke up, but they sunk because they knew that they held on for as long as they could. That goal went in. Now they got to try to get a goal while still being down a player against a Spain team that up to that point, it wasn't until like the 116th minute when that first shot actually started to go towards goal, but never even made it past the box because of the head of Moreno. It just, Spain were I was watching, and if you were watching the game and just admiring the passing, the poise, the tactical wherewithal that they played with. Like, I know we've talked on this time about some of Rodri and how he plays that number 6. He was brilliant in this game.
Yeah.
Brilliant. Like, no wonder Man City has won the things that they've won over the years, because he's a huge part of it.
Yep.
He is a metronome. He's that pin in that metronome that just keeps that thing going back and forth. It's boring as hell. Just goes back and forth, steady, timely, boom, boom, back and forth. But he does it. How he switches play, how he sees the easy passes, how he doesn't panic, how he tucks in his freaking kit.
He's the only one, too. He's the only person.
It looks so good when a number 6 tucks in their kit. I don't want my forward tucking in a kit. I don't want my damn goal. I want my number 6 tucking in the kit, because they mean business. And he is just, man, he's good. And to watch Spain do all of the simple things, well, they make it look simple and easy, right? But when they're being closed down, when they're being grouped on by Argentina, how they play the ball back calmly, how they play it forward, how they break the lines.
What's that old phrase? There are no advanced techniques, just better use of the basics.
And that's what Spain does.
And they
100%.
just nailed it. And I think for England fans who were desperate to try to see if England could make another run for it, both with playing well and beating such a crazy fun game, beating France 6-4 in the third place match. I think every England fan watched this match and said there's no way that England team would have beaten Spain.
I think the game would have been more entertaining.
I agree.
From a neutral standpoint, because it's hard to say that it was 0-0 and a game was entertaining. From like a neutral, let's just go to like I'll say like a Super Bowl party type of atmosphere and just watch the game. Like, oh, there's no scoring happening. What the hell? But from a 0-0 game, it was a very entertaining game from that aspect.
I almost called it. Remember, I said, "Watch, that's going to be crazy for the third place match, and that means the other one's going to be 0-0 and going to penalties."
That's because there's nothing on the line for the third place one. Like, it's almost like just put the ball out,
the
have
difference
fun.
in prize money.
Yeah, my favorite quote was, "This is how all sports should be played, in games that are completely meaningless," talking about the England-France match, but with 300 years of national animosity towards each other.
Yes.
Yeah, I think there was also a sense that the supporters for Spain were quite worried that Spain would lose their poise and their calm nature under the tit for tat style of Argentina, right? I mean, it's obvious that in Argentina, the soccer is a exceedingly heavy contact sport, right? Kicking legs, elbowing,
fingers to the eyes, and all those like stills and shots where the dark art, they're just reaching just past, and it's the fingertips where like the ref doesn't see whatever, and like tagging people the nose inside their freaking mouth. I saw one guy like it was that would have been really crappy if they'd won.
I think football won on the day, and the football gods rewarded Spain for playing the game the right way.
Yes, but it just was scared that the longer it went 0-0, like Ron said, like, oh God,
no,
there's going to be some 40-yard out messy strike that they have no right to win this, and they do.
The thing, the way Spain was essentially, I mean, if you bottle up Messi, you bottle up Argentina.
Yeah,
for the most part, right? I know there are other goal scorers, but nobody that's commanding the field like Messi. What I was worried about was, since they had done such a good job at stopping Messi, who had like 2 touches or 3 touches in the entire first half, right? I was worried that at like the 90+7 was going to be some penalty shout in the box that they were going to get given.
Yeah.
And Messi would step up, be the savior of Argentina again, and they were going to win again. That's what I was like biting my fingers about, right? Because if we have seen anything, we have seen the acting of Argentina throughout this tournament.
Yeah.
Right.
But when you look at it on a whole, Spain, and we said it on the last pod, Spain are the silent assassins.
And let's say Argentina,
they let up one goal the
entire
knockout.
tournament.
Yeah, and the whole tournament. And they beat France, Portugal, Belgium on their way here. Argentina had Cape Verde, right? 3-2 in extra time.
But I was going to say,
and
they had to come back in almost every one of their games.
Yeah, so they all really only played a good one full game in 5 games that they played well. Because against England was the last 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Because it was pretty much England all the way.
So you knew the luck was going to run out at some point.
Yeah, it was bound to. When you come up against a team like Spain, like you can sit here and go, well, they never got near goal, right? We say that sometimes. Oh, they never were goal. No, they literally never got near goal because they had 0 shots, 0 shots on target for over 115 minutes of play.
Usually,
that is wild.
It was like not even the 65th minute. It was like the 43rd minute, and I'm just watching, and I looked at my kid. I'm like, has Argentina completed a pass? Constantly, you go, oh, Argentina got the ball, and then they lost it again. Constantly. It's like you were playing FIFA on easy. Like, I mean, it was wild. It was wild to watch, like just how bad Spain made Argentina look. They looked like they did not belong in that match at all.
No, it was from a tactical side thing. It was great, and this is against a team that is the holders of the World Cup. That won CONMEBOL last as well, and against one of the proverbial best players to ever play the sport, from a goal scoring, from an attacking, from a you name it. Will go down as one of the top.
It was non-existent.
Maybe the top 1, 2, 3, top 5 for sure. Obviously, all that, but 65% possession by Spain, which seems like that's all they had.
I know.
2.29 expected goals. That's versus 0.22 of Argentina. 20 total shots by Spain. It says 2 total shots for Argentina. I don't know if that's entirely true.
I mean, no Martinez, and it is like 4-0. I mean, like
32 touches in the opposition box, opposed to 2.
Jeez.
763 accurate passes. That nearly doubles Argentina's of 357 accurate passes. 4 yellow cards, 1 red card, opposed to 0 yellow cards and 0 red cards for Spain.
I saw the ref get some stick, but I actually thought that ref kind of managed the game. No one wants to throw someone out in a World Cup final. He didn't have a choice. What a dumb second card that was. Like,
yeah, and I thought I thought, to your point, Blake, he managed the game well. I thought he probably could have got the card out a little sooner, because Argentina, they tend to build on that in terms of, we got to pay with that. We'll keep doing it.
Right.
Or we'll do it again. Or we'll add a little bit of this.
Okay.
Or we'll add a little bit of that.
But constantly throughout the match, he was pulling players aside, both teams, and doing the final warnings and stuff. And I was like, okay, like he's in this match, but he's not. I like that he wasn't throwing cards quick. You know what I mean? Like he let the game happen.
Agreed. But the halftime substitution of Leandro Paredes, that thug should have been sent off in the first 15 minutes he was on the field. I mean, he eventually got sent off very late and after the game, but his goal was one thing to go in and just cause pain and havoc. And he wasn't the one sent off in the end. It was Enzo Fernandez.
Good old Chelsea disciplinary problems pop their heads up no matter where they go.
Ran his mouth for the first, which he'd been doing it all game, so he finally got the card for it.
Yeah, he got a card for dissent, running his mouth, and then the aerial challenge that put who did he foul into orbit?
His foot put Babasi flying into the air flip style, and he's wondering, I didn't do anything, I didn't touch him.
And you're like,
and you're already on a card, like, is like, come on, man.
My favorite part was my kid going, liar, liar, when he's like, and he's shaking his head and stuff. I have, I mean, like, she's 8, so she's not like necessarily sit and watch like sports. She wants to go do stuff in those 90 minutes, whatever. But I will say, like, because she knew what the World Cup was. And so we watched a couple of things or some matches she watched, whatever. But for the final, she totally, like, after the halftime came in and they had been hanging out at our neighbors, like doing a pool party, and came over and just plopped down with me and watched the second half of that match. And it was awesome because, like, you know, it's still 0-0. She was like, I think I want to pull for Spain too. And then again, unprompted by me, she's like, these other guys, what do they keep doing that for? They're hitting everybody. I hate this. And then, like, the goal went in and then was called back for offsides for Spain. And she's like, the refs ruin everything. And she's like getting all into it. And then toward the end, when it was still like 0-0 and Argentina had a moment where they got near the goal, and she goes, my stomach, I can't do this. And I was like, uh-oh, is it happening right now? Like,
there's core memories.
Right. Are you understanding, like, why sports can be so much fun to watch? And she got so into it because with no prompting, she so quickly, with no connection to either of these teams, did not like Argentina. Like, she literally came in as Madonna was coming out. They came back from the thing, and the World Cup, the halftime show was going on. And then she totally stuck around, and it was all because of how Argentina was. Within the first, like, 5 minutes, she was like, I like Spain.
And a lot of people walked away with that same impression, like, oh, this is the team that Messi plays for? We heard all about him. And this is, like, you know, he's not overly dirty in the sense of stamping and pushing and doing all of that, but, like, the rest of his team is.
Fernandez, if he doesn't sounds like he wants to leave Chelsea. I don't know, but I'm like, we have our new Diego Costa.
He has been in hot water. Remember, what was it? The common ball was throwing vulgar slurs around on Snapchat.
Oh,
at the end of the England one, he held up the Falkland Islands thing. It's getting, you know, that
there was the what chant was it at the end of last?
Yes.
Last World Cup, there was a bunch of chanting.
World Cup.
Yeah, I forgot about that. Yep. Like,
so he is not a popular player, and he has to go back to Chelsea. Fans not really liking him too much for the Falkland Islands,
which
and
is
some of the other antics.
The whole thing was sad because he was actually having a decent tournament.
Yeah,
and scored an incredible goal. The England
first England goal, yeah,
just uncalled for.
First goal against England.
Just the romper room bleepity of it all, right?
Correct.
Correct. What did we think of the halftime show? I because the reason I'm asking that is because I'm in chats with, you know, all different soccer players or soccer fans and stuff, and a lot of my friends that, you know, hail from South America and Central America were all like, a 27-minute halftime? Who cares about Madonna singing? But we're here to see this match.
It backs up two different ways too. The match started 6 minutes late.
Yeah,
you know, because of stuff prior, and then that was 27 minutes. I mean, I don't think anyone does it better than Wayne Rooney. Well, I love the Ox, but that was a bit crap.
Yeah, it was hilarious.
He says something like, I love all the artists, but yeah, no, they're you know, I think it was, I don't know. Was it on a scale of terrible or the best halftime show I've ever seen? Somewhere mid-table, maybe a little bit lower.
Speaking of halftime show, Ron, check your phone right now. That's the Red Dwarf Madonna halftime joke that I sent the boys for the Dwarf.
I don't know.
But everybody's the interesting thing is, of course, you rate it to you equate it and compare it to the NFL halftime show. Right, because that's the only thing you have to compare it to. But why do we need that?
I don't think it was. I don't know. I agree with you. I don't think we did need that.
Well, hold on. No.
Let's just so many things into 27 minutes that should have been like an hour show.
Did you see
that's hilarious.
So what they did is they lifted them driving in that thing and dropped them into like a scene of the Red Dwarf Show, which is a science fiction comedy sitcom, but it's so perfectly like it's freaking brilliant. So it started And I would be saying this if it was the Super Bowl, guys. This was no different with the. I just was like, Madonna's in a car park, like under the
That's
stadium.
what you wrote in the text.
Like,
is she underground in a parking lot?
Is she in a Mad Max vehicle?
Yeah,
That's what I said.
but also like
the Mad Max vehicle.
And who's driving it? Like,
Was it like that Ronaldinho?
Yeah.
Is that CR9? Is that Ronaldo? They're wearing tracksuits.
Yeah.
What is she wearing?
And they're like, I mean, for the people at the stadium, this means nothing. She's just underground. And in the last second, she comes out, and then the Muppets kick up. And the only cool thing about that was Muppets and Sesame Street. As I mentioned, you guys, I think it's the last time, or the first time that the Muppets and Sesame Street have been together since Jim Henson passed away because the rights got split between different people. But like, but even them, like, cool Muppets, they ain't really do much with them. Like, and then Justin Bieber, dude, Canada, you lost twice. You got knocked out of the tournament twice this season.
I mean,
Biebs sucked.
So bored.
That was awful. That was
he looked so bored.
Yeah, and like, Ted Lasso. I loved it when they came out. You're like, okay, this is great.
And then they brought out the Biebs.
Believable with the whole, like, great. And then he sings like the saddest song and brings everybody.
Weren't
down.
you waiting? You thought it's gonna kick up and everyone's gonna jump in.
I thought he was gonna do one of his hits. I have no clue what one of those hits is, but I thought he was gonna do like a
up tempo.
Yeah,
anything.
And then
like what's the one he does? What was
that one.
I don't.
But then like
I don't know.
But then Shakira. Like, that's the one that feels like it belonged.
It should have just been Shakira.
Yeah.
Because honestly, those hips still don't lie at 49 years old. And she's a constant.
My daughter said about her.
She's the Rodri of that halftime show. You know what you're going to get.
The second she came on, it was like, oh, here's the show.
Yeah. And then
the rest of it was like, what?
I don't know what the new FIFA song is. Don't care. Sounds great. Looks great. The dancing, the colors, the whole nine, like, just
and then it followed
a classic performance.
And then what followed her was the cheesy, but like in a loving way of like the kids all singing and stuff. That all works. I think that all works. What my daughter said about Shakira, she goes, "Oh, she's awesome. She's trying to be like the gazelle in the movie Zootopia." And I was like, "What? Actually, the gazelle in Zootopia." They created it for her because she's a famous. She's like, "Oh, that's cool. She's doing Zootopia. That she's copying that."
Yeah,
but,
I don't.
But Shakira, it was like especially from the Biebs, an explosive breath of fresh air.
When did he go into like his acoustic era of his career? Like, did I miss that memo?
Did you see the behind the scenes conversational variety? I can't. Did Anthony share this with us? I can't remember, but like. But it was like Madonna was upset. She was like, Bieber wants to do this thing, and I'm like, that's not it. She was so worried it was gonna get out of control and be all about him that there was all this like drama backstage about it. And for me, I felt that I read that afterwards, right? But I felt it in the way she had this sequestered start that Madonna had in the car park.
Yeah, to be like,
wasn't it filmed before? Because it wasn't filmed right then, and then they just walked out from the stage.
I don't know, because they came out, and I actually thought that was still video, but then it was her, and I just, why, like, you imagine a world where it kicked off with Shakira, and then halfway through, Madonna joined her, and they did one of her songs together, and then, that probably would have worked.
What's kind of funny to think about is if you were in the stadium for the Madonna portion, you were staring at a blank field.
Right. You're seeing a video on a screen.
That's in the bright sunlight.
Yeah.
This entire time we've been talking about all this, we haven't even imagined one of the biggest acts in the world because it was kind of forgotten they were there.
Oh, BTS. BTS. Right.
It should have been literally selling out those arenas. I don't know anything about them either, but I know they're selling out arenas.
Yeah. So I mean, long story short, if you're unfamiliar,
I forgot that they were even there.
If you're unfamiliar with K-pop,
the performance was boom.
BTS is like the Beatles of K-pop. They are a crossover hit to other countries. They are flipping huge, and they weren't memorable as the world. And it's not. I feel like it was like also their placement, and again, led by Shakira. Madonna comes out, and then maybe they come out and do a thing with her. It just had the wrong setup. This podcast, by the way, brought to you by 3 people that love soccer and also work in entertainment, in case you haven't noticed. Because we have opinions about this. Because this is one of those things, the director in me is like, shy of the Bieber one, these parts might work, but they're set up wrong.
All in the wrong order.
Yeah.
Like, it also felt like they were the FIFA organizers were like, Who's available? You? Okay. You? Okay. You? Okay. All right. Somebody make a show with this.
So America. So we got to get Madonna. Canada. We got to get Justin Bieber.
Right?
Yeah. Like
It just, there was no through line, no sequence. It was just all like this
Throw them into a pot, mix them up, and just throw them out
hodgepodge
there.
of things thrown together.
oh, don't forget freaking Coldplay put this together, right?
Oh, was it
yeah.
Chris Martin there?
Yeah,
Yeah.
with the kids in the,
Yeah.
And everyone's like, don't let him do that again.
which was a little kitschy but okay. Like,
I don't mind the
whole
kid
message-
thing, because like the whole
that's
thing.
the only thing that fit the message.
Yeah,
of the whole
yeah.
thing, right.
I don't mind
Everything else was like,
It's like the
What?
kids going out in the tunnel with the players and stuff. I love it. You know what I mean? Like, yeah,
no problem. But everything else around it, minus Shakira, was
Shakira. Classic.
but it is kind of weird. Like you've got Madonna, I guess America. You have you got Justin Biebs from Canada, right? And then from you got Shakira, who's from Colombia. And I was, and then BTS from Korea, and I was like, I know. Look, I mean, again, Shakira, best thing of the thing. I'm not saying don't, but I'm like, if it's the host country,
the
I'm
Mexican person.
Yeah, I'm like, where's the like
Where was the
Mexican
people from Mexico?
Yeah,
It
Mexican
makes sense if it
superstar?
was America,
The host
Canada,
country, yeah.
Mexico.
Yeah.
Because they were all host countries. But then Colombia, Korea.
Yeah. Again, not knocking those. I couldn't find the through line to what was happening. I couldn't get the Mad Max car, sci-fi car for Madonna, or why she was in the parking lot, unless really they were having so many issues. They were like, look, we're just going to set her in the parking lot. and maybe they wanted to do something like she's singing with, and then she comes out with Shakira, and they were like, no, this is a nightmare. Is Madonna the right American choice? I don't like.
No.
I mean, hasn't been for a bit.
I love that. Like somebody I saw in Blue Sky or whatever was like, well, I feel old. Madonna just got introduced as an 80s pop icon because that's how they introduced her like a museum piece. It's supposed to someone who's still doing stuff. I mean, like, and it's, she is an 80s pop, but I mean, I thought that was hysterical. I was like, well, if you want to feel old, but I just like even that. So I don't quite.
Did anyone else feel like Tom Cruise was shoehorned in?
Oh, what
but
was?
you got to shoehorn him in.
Do you know what was?
For America? Wait, he was a part of the halftime show.
Did you
for
hear?
Christ's sakes.
Did you hear Roy Keane talking about that? The conversation about halftime from the what's that Netflix show? This is
the one that
that Meeks and
not Gary Lineker. Who? Yeah, it's Gary Lineker and whoever.
Yeah, and Roy Keane and
No, not that. That's not on Netflix. That the overlap is the one.
The
that
rest is football.
he does with
No.
The rest is football is the one on
Netflix.
I don't think Roy Keane's on that.
No, you're right. That's Gary Lineker, Alan Shearer, Mika Richards. That's what it is. Yeah.
Yes.
And by the way, they just got picked back up to do more stuff, and their show has been fun. So I'm excited for that.
I gotta watch that one.
It is good. I think it's quite
I
good.
watched a few of them, but it was before it was on whatchamacallit.
Well, they announced they just got picked up again, and I assume I hadn't looked, but it's not just in the UK. I think it's in the States too on Netflix. The rest is football.
Yes, it is. It is now. I watched it when it was on
But
YouTube.
you need to watch their hearing Alan Shearer talk about or them talk about the halftime show is great. I mean, they all just are such curmudgeons. I mean, but I don't blame them. It was just, I think for all of us in America, if there's anyone overseas listening, for us, I find it frustrating because it like, not necessarily the people in it, but it felt so like, hey, we're in America, we're going to do the Super Bowl. And I'm like, I think, no, you got to do something different than the Super Bowl. Okay, if you want to go big, but like, don't just be like, we're Americans. We don't really get soccer, so we'll do what we do in our football games. It just didn't sit right with me.
I agree.
I wonder.
It's like people were trying so hard to appease the American artist, or trying to appease the American culture of it all. And yet they played the game at 3:00 So it was more to the other countries around the world.
Exactly.
And I was like, oh, who's the best? Okay, oh man, that Top Gun guy. Let's get him out there. Yeah. No, let's do it. The star. And then it was really weird. We did what?
The Top Gun guy. We got to get him out there.
Star Spangled Banner first,
which was
then
I had the text message in the text message group. I'm like, does anyone else find it weird that we're doing the Star Spangled Banner before the final?
I think we were doing
it in the host country.
Yes,
it's played in, but then they went into the FIFA song.
Yeah,
that was sung by like Chris Martin. It was 3 people, right?
Yeah.
And then they went into introducing the teams, and then nobody sings the national anthem for the countries. They just press play and they play it across the loudspeakers.
Well, no, the
band played.
Spanish brass played.
Did they play it in this one? Okay,
played in this one because they had their nice slick red shoes.
Okay.
And then the incredible singer from Argentina sang the Argentinian.
Oh, I must have missed all of that then.
Yeah, and she's like, in my opinion, on the Shakira level.
Okay.
Like,
okay.
Nice to meet you.
But why? But what you did it? I just did it. That was even in a weird order.
Why do you need? And we have to go back and look and see if they did the Qatar national anthem before the final.
No, yeah, I don't know if they did. Which, I mean, it was a great version of the national anthem. Great, but I agree.
We need it.
Yeah, if you do it for the host country, then just go into the other ones. But it doesn't. Then you do that, then you do the FIFA song, then you bring out the teams, and you do their song. It just the whole order of that, and then the order of the halftime show is just like this. This was just randomly thrown into a
and
pot and shaken around and just thrown out on the other end of it.
And at a World Cup where even though it was FIFA doing it, not America, but because it was in America, all the foreigners are like, ah, man, these stupid commercial breaks, quit calling them hydration breaks. That's what they are. And so it already had that tinge of it. So trying to force an NFL style halftime show was weird. And again, the contents were weird. Again, please don't take it as Shakira was awesome. So I forgot she was on it because Biebs had dropped the bar so low that when Shakira hit, I was like, oh my God, thank God. Like it was like this blast of energy. And I wonder if we find out more of the behind the scenes, because I guess Biebs did something recently that didn't go over well at a festival or a game or something. And so he was all paranoid about that. He was like, I want to keep this authentic. And that was the whole.
Yeah. Okay.
Who's that?
She's the singer of the
Argentinian
national anthem.
Yes. Yeah. I do remember seeing that now that you mention it.
She was in kind of she was in this outfit. Like a.
Yes, I remember that now, yeah. She wasn't sent off at the end of the game though, right? No, that wasn't that.
So many comments, so little time.
Yeah, that just was weird. Glad that the football match was a good one, because that was we forgot about the halftime show quickly going into the second half. You know what I mean? Like,
so why don't we forget the halftime show and move on to the last thing that I think we have to talk about this, which is after the final whistle, Argentina players and allegedly a coach start some static with the Spanish players.
Did not lose with grace there
for seemingly no reason.
Yep, there was a push, a shove, a choke,
fist thrown.
Yeah.
FIFA has allegedly opened a quote, formal disciplinary investigation into the Argentina national team following their violent clashes and altercations that broke out immediately after the World Cup final against Spain. The investigation will center on potential breaches of FIFA disciplinary code by several players.
Then why rescind the red card?
So here's an interesting thing. That's where I was headed. So Leandro Paredes got a red card on the field. He was initially shown red after grabbing Spain defender Eric Garcia by the throat in the post-match shuffle. There is a picture that you can just search online, and you can see him grabbing this person's throat. There is
it's right there.
It's wrapped around. It's not some sort of glancing blow that hits his throat or anything like that. He is gripping the person by the throat. was given a red for it, and that was overturned.
It was actually overturned.
And
wait, the red card
was subsequently removed from the official referee's report as a, quote, administrative error.
At the end of this game?
Yes.
You can be sent off after the whistle.
Yeah.
So what was...
So FIFA is rescinded it afterwards.
Right.
Like today or...
But an administrative error, I mean, there's video evidence.
I know. That's what I'm saying.
It's not like...
FIFA, fix it for Argentina.
He wrote, he didn't dot the I correctly, and
right.
It was like not reading someone the Miranda
well,
rights.
Well, listen, it's better. I mean, it's FIFA one thing to be in hot water with or with not. It's also the FBI they might be in hot water with. Did you guys see this today?
The Argentinians.
Right? Yes, the Argentinians.
For embezzling and
federal
money.
Authorities have launched a preliminary investigation into Argentine Football Association for suspected bank fraud and money laundering tied to roughly 300 million in commercial transactions.
I swear to
U.S. banking systems. I saw this news early and I was like, this is fake. Nope.
I swear to you, if the FBI arrests and convicts Argentina football folks before Man City faces their 119 charges.
Yeah, right.
I swear.
Listen, the FBI do some awesome things. Cats in apartments, you name it. But so the Federal Bureau of Investigation, the FBI, and the U.S. Department of Justice are examining the Federation's international commercial rights, sponsorships, and friendly matches handled via of course it's Florida, a Florida-based company, Tour Prod Enter LLC. Investigators are looking into how hundreds of millions of dollars were moved, including approximately $57 million in unclear transfers. A portion of these funds was allegedly spent on luxury jets, yachts, and high-end Florida real estate. The U.S. government has jurisdiction between the international sponsorships and media rights payments were routed through U.S. registered companies and American banks. This parallels the legal framework federal authorities used to prosecute and dismantle FIFA leadership in 2015.
Bring it.
Of course, the AFA and its president, Claudio Tapia, have denied any wrongdoing. They argue that this scrutiny is politically motivated, stemming from an ongoing dispute with Argentine President Javier Milei over the privatization of soccer clubs.
Send it.
Hey, listen. Listen. If we get Balagoon's red card overturned and we don't like how this tournament's going, we're going to stick the FBI after you. Welcome to the U.S.
So one other interesting thing to note, because of the end of match antics, in line with Article 36 of the FIFA disciplinary code, FIFA has appointed a disciplinary and ethics prosecutor to fully investigate the post-match breaches. Further sanctions will be decided upon the completion of the prosecutor's investigation.
Let me tell you what I trust. A FIFA hired ethics prosecutor.
Yeah, exactly, right. With their, what was it, the independent review panel? Or
that's an oxymoron right there. We heard FIFA ethics.
Yeah, right.
And I will say this then. This World Cup was one that I was very vocal about leading up to it. That, like, from the American point of view, I didn't give a crap because we looked like we did in our last match a lot before the matches we looked better in. And I was like, man, I don't know. And just there was so much around it, and like the visa people are having issues coming in, and people not allowed to watch. The tournament, the football won me over as this went, and there were some really fun matches and stuff. Have we seen that they're not even saying we might, that it's already, though? We enjoyed this 32-team process, that now they're saying it will be 64.
We got to save that part of the discussion.
Yeah, go ahead and hit the thingy, and then we'll go on to the next thingy. And then
But I'm just going to say the football won me over, and I did enjoy the rest of this run. Let's get to that beer news.
Gentlemen.
Start your engines.
Vroom,
No?
Vroom.
Okay.
No. The beer news, or the beer stats for the World Cup, are in.
Oh, here we go.
Ah, sweet.
the World Brewing Alliance. You guys, you've heard of them before, right?
Yeah, they're like the Avengers, but for beer.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Well, they released a whole bunch of amazing numbers. The world estimatedly drank 14.4 billion beers during the tournament.
Wow.
Which is awesome. That's 1.81 billion US gallons of beer. That's awesome. Now, if you think of that in can terms, just your standard 16-ounce can, which is 6.1 inches tall. If you lined up all of those beer cans from 14.4 billion beers, line that up, it stretches 1,392,000 miles. That's enough to go to the moon and back 2.9 times.
Damn.
That's some beer.
That is a lot of beer.
Beer revenue inside the stadiums alone was over $127 million just from, and this is Canadian and American and Mexican, the revenue from all of those, right? The 16.7 million pints that fans put away inside of the stadiums. Yeah. 16.7 million pints from the stadiums alone would completely fill 3.5 Olympic swimming sized pools.
Damn. That's a lot of
beer.
And
beer.
If you attempted to finish the stadium supply all by yourself, you would have to drink 1 pint every hour for the next 1,900 years.
Oh, man. Wow.
Awesome.
And what was the number one selling beer again?
We'll get there.
Okay.
So to put that in perspective, you could also fill the Empire State Building to the brim 6.5 times. And this is the one that blew my mind because I'm a geology nerd and all that kind of stuff, right? You could keep Niagara Falls flowing for nearly 40 minutes at its average flow rate.
God, that's a lot, dude. Wow. That's crazy.
That's Niagara Falls average flow rate is in essentially 6 million cubic feet of water every minute.
Now tell me something, Ferris. What's your average flow rate?
See, back in the 80s, it was
absolutely bananas. Here's another one that's pretty great. If you were going to cover an entire 68-acre pitch of the World Cup final in beer glass pints, you would fill the stadium and it would be 8,000 feet high. Man. So New York, New Jersey made the most money at $16,431. 20%. You could, with that money, with beer worth that money, you could fill the Great Lawn in Central Park by 21%.
Damn.
Man. Yeah, absolutely. Here's another funny one.
Wild beer stats.
Atlanta, their revenue was essentially $8.9 million in beer. And that means you could fill 1.3 million Chick-fil-A large soda cups with beer.
Wow.
I love that one.
That's a really random way to place that.
That is really random, but it had to be for Atlanta, yeah.
And
how many raccoons do you need to hold those beers in their bottles? That's what I want to know.
All right, the last funny one that made me chuckle. Boston, $7.1 million worth of beer. Enough beer to recreate the Boston Tea Party 33 times.
That's the best set.
That is pretty cool.
Out of curiosity, because like, do you have the stadium prices? Because I found that here.
No, I didn't. I did not include that in this one.
It's a wild gamut. So what do you think it is in Los Angeles?
If I'm not mistaken, Los Angeles and California were actually pretty cheap compared to New Jersey, Boston.
So the only numbers I have are Los Angeles, Vancouver, Toronto together, and Mexico City. What do you think the average price for the Los Angeles one was?
Or what? Just a thing of beer in the stadium?
Yep, thing of beer in the stadium.
$15.99.
Ron?
I'm going to say about $9.
$10.50. Ron's closer.
It's not that bad.
Vancouver and Toronto?
Oh, it's way more. It's like US or Canadian?
US.
US, probably somewhere in the 19 to 21 range.
What do you think, Ferris?
$17.99.
14. So probably when you convert to Canadian, you are closer in Canadian there, I think.
Yeah.
Mexico City. What do you think that is? That sounds like a way more fun place to party, by the way.
Right? Oh, 100%.
I'm going to say it's on par with California.
What about $12.99?
$2.
Oh,
Yeah. That's awesome.
No wonder it's a wild place to party.
Yeah, man.
No wonder it's a little
I wanna go
ruckus down there. They're selling the things for free down there, essentially.
I want to go to that. I want to go to a game there. Yeah.
If it was some of this Victoria, man, you'd be drinking this up quickly because I already down mine.
I've been nursing it.
I love these random beer facts. These are good.
Ron, what was the number one beer sold this one?
Take a guess.
I think we did this on the last pod.
I'm
getting to crack one. But I think Blake said
I think it's Guinness because they sponsored it. But I would then say, okay, what's your guess then, Ferris?
No, I thought we talked about this on the last pod at the time. So I think Guinness is correct, which is what I have in my hand. I'm going to pour myself here.
It is correct.
Boom.
Now, is that worldwide or like, because I guess the stadiums would be different,
At
right?
stadiums.
Really? It was Guinness
At stadiums. Guinness first, probably.
That's what I was a little surprised.
Well, it's all thrown together. It's not based on geographic location.
No, a lot of these stadiums probably have the grab and go cans and that sort of thing too. You know, think about that.
But also just think about how many Scots were in Boston drinking Guinness, right? So Guinness first.
Well,
Modelo
and
second.
Guinness,
Meg
guys, you've been to one of you guys, you gents have been to the Guinness factory, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And you learn like, oh, Guinness is prolific in a lot of places too, outside of like it is a part of life, not just Ireland. So I guess it shouldn't be surprising that the world comes over like, oh yeah, Guinness, I'll take a Guinness. You sure don't want a Mick Ultra? No, give me no Mick Ultra.
Right.
They'll take the real light beer, which is Guinness.
Cilantro, because I just poured myself one in the Guinness Premier League glass because that's what.
Oh, sweet. Oh, that's cool. You snagged the Guinness Premier League glass. Where'd you get that at?
From the NBC Fan Fest.
He five-finger discounted it, remember?
Allegedly.
Allegedly, you admitted to it.
Allegedly.
She walked it home with
it episode 280 something. I probably did. But anyways, moving on.
That is all the beer that's fit to drink, gentlemen.
Some fun stats there, huh?
Yeah, that was. So this, I believe, gets us to wrap things up with our La Liga roundup. Ferris,
all right,
take it away.
We're just going to get right into it. 104 matches played, 308 goals, 277 yellow cards, 15 red cards, 48 teams, and 39 knockout matches. What did we make of this 2026 World Cup here in America, Canada, and Mexico?
I think 200 of those yellow cards went to Chelsea players.
Yeah.
You're probably not wrong.
I go with Blake's sentiment. The political grift and all of the insane politics leading up to this really had soured the tournament for me. when the football started, I could probably conveniently put all that stuff aside because all these incredibly extraordinary players were pouring their hearts out on the field, and that was incredible to watch. Until like the
You know what probably started for me, Ron, prior to the football? It was the people coming together in Canada and Mexico and the US that were talking about their experiences here and everything else. That really kind of de-Grinchified my heart it's leading into the football, I think. Like that ended up being a cool experience. Unfortunately, this is the World Cup right now. The last World Cup, is Qatar, right? So FIFA decides to disrupt everybody's football calendars, do it in December for Qatar, and there's like, allegations of slave type labor and everything, building the stadiums and stuff. I mean, like, heck, even when it was in Brazil, there were a bunch of workers that got killed working on stadium stuff. So it's like, there's just more and more, like, every time it feels like, and this one has really caused a bit of a stir. I mean, stuff comes up, but there's a real, like, isn't UEFA doing something against FIFA right now?
FA essentially conducted investigations into Gianni Infantino for essentially the political grift of, having the red card rescinded for Balogun. And there is quite a lot of chatter in Europe about, do we just break away from FIFA and say thanks anyway, and kind of let FIFA flounder? And
that's easier said than done,
of course, but
they could do it because for them it is easier said than done than anybody else, right? Like, I guess if Europe goes, that's huge.
But that's huge, but it's not what a CONMEBOL, what a AFCON, what a lot of these other places, like, you're just not going to get. You're not going to get a backing like how all the Premier League clubs are trying to get out for the special Super League type thing. It's not really. It's a grand idea, and we'd like to break away from it, but I don't realistically ever seeing it happen because FIFA lines their pockets too much of supporters.
So UFA president,
many across, it just doesn't. It doesn't make a whole lot of sense to me on how it would actually play out. I think by and large, how the U.S. hosted and how the games went and how there was this soccer fever again here. It just felt like, whether it was the watch parties that Orlando City did here between, France and Morocco, whether, it was throughout many of the cities across the U.S. and Canada and Mexico that had these things. And you could go to the store, you could see signs, you could see, go to Lowe's and it's all messy. You go to Home Depot, it's all David Beckham. You go to McDonald's, you get your cups. You like all of these things that kind of came into it. But by and large, the football was good. It was fun. We would have never known of Cape Verde or Curacao scored a goal against Germany, for Christ's sakes. It is arguably one of the best, like, most fun goals that everybody remembers because it was against Germany. The best goal for me, that Cape Verde player that scored that banger in extra time to tie it up against Argentina. Like, that's wild. That outside of the box curler like that out of nowhere against the number one team in the nation or in the world at the time. Like, it was fun. The England Mexico match. England going down to Stadio Azteca, where many years prior they were knocked out from the hand of God from Argentina, and they got to go down there and play in that atmosphere. Go down a person and fend off most of the half against a host country. Like, wild fun game, right? Yes, Argentina's comebacks in a lot of these. Egypt's not going to be too happy. But
I said the best goal of the tournament was the Egypt goal that was recalled.
But then you had a little bit of your controversy. Yes, you had the politics and the Balogun red card and Infantino and all that as well. But I don't feel like that completely overshadowed the sporting event that this is meant to be. And I think a lot of people were skeptical about 48 teams coming into this tournament and walk away going, actually, that was fun, because we wouldn't have known about who's the player, the Cape Verde goalie that went up like from 40,000 followers on Instagram to 40 million overnight, and he's a 40-year-old or whatever it is, like those type of fun storylines. Like the world fell in love, like the U.S. fell in love with Erling Haaland for wearing a cowboy hat.
They love him.
Also, a lot of people that didn't like Zlatan was like, oh man, this guy's actually
hilarious,
quite funny and fun. It's a lot of these things that, we may, to that point where, we were a bit of a Grinch going into it. Once the football kicked off and once it started being played, a lot of that went away. And that's how it should be. And I know that FIFA kind of relies on that while trying to, line their pockets in many other ways, but that's what it's about. Ultimately, this tournament is about those nations, those teams. And yes, we had more nations, we had more teams that were playing in this World Cup, but I think it was fun. I think it was at the time of where this game is, I thought it was arguably a very good call from FIFA to open it up to some of these countries. We wouldn't have seen some of these teams. We wouldn't have some of these storylines. There wouldn't be the funds going to them because of these things. But ultimately, it was the football that they all played that basically captivated us for over a month. And now we're feeling like, what do we got going on now? We're going to watch now.
Well,
Tour de France.
Tour de France. Hey, 32 days until Premier League, something like that. But the conversations have already shifted to the next World Cup being 64 teams. And does that become like cake? Is it it's too much sugar? So to give you a flash of what that would have looked like this year, if that had been this season, teams that would have also been included would have been from the AFC Indonesia, Oman, and the United Arab Emirates, Denmark, Italy, Poland, at UEFA, CONCACAF, Honduras, Jamaica, Suriname. CONMEBOL will be Bolivia, Venezuela, and New Caledonia. And then Africa would be Burkina Faso, Cameroon, Gabon, and Nigeria. I think if you add too many more teams, you're going to quickly discover why they shouldn't have made it in the first place. Whereas this version feels like we got just a couple of extra people, with some of them pulling some sort of NCAA Cinderella stories on you. And I don't know if you open it too much. I don't know if you get more of those. And it would.
I agree. I don't know.
It just sucks. How much political grift do we have to look past for it is the thing. Like,
right. Also player safety, not for nothing, but for these guys like on England and Argentina and Spain that went the whole way through, God, they have played so much. Now imagine if they had been in a 64, you know what I mean? Like,
you'd add at least another game or two.
It would move. Yeah. It would move it up to, it would move it up to 128 matches. For that,
and you would have bye weeks going into the first round. So I think so. But it wouldn't be too many more games. But is it too many more teams? Is it too many more? The player safety, we find this so we eat spot here.
The player safety part is interesting because the Club World Cup was last summer, right? Then the World Cup was this summer. So take for example,
and you had the AFCON in between that too.
Enzo Fernandez plays for Chelsea, right? Was in the Club World Cup, played a whole season for Chelsea, played the Club World Cup, got his essentially 2.5 weeks off, then played an entire Premier League season, then went right to Argentina national duty and played an entire World Cup.
Dude got a red card just so he could go take a break.
Yeah, right. Then he's going to get his 3 weeks off before he has to return to light duty and play a full another season. Right. So this guy has not had, and many other players like him have not had meaningful time off since before last summer. Right. PSG essentially went the distance too. right? So you think about all the French players and all the players on PSG that are in a similar boat, right? So from a player safety standpoint, is this also worth it?
But it really doesn't matter. Ultimately, FIFA wants more money. That's one way of doing more money. That's all. That's ultimately what's going to come down
$15 billion in profit just from this World Cup.
It's not enough, Ron. It's not enough.
Oh,
you got to make more peace trophies. You got to get more apartment buildings for cats.
Pay off more government officials.
I love everyone like, man, what kind of a douche do you have to be to make us think Sepp Blatter wasn't that bad?
Yeah. Man, what happened to the good old days? There's apartments for cats.
Yeah.
Like, come on, people.
All right,
what is this?
$871 million in prizes given out for this World Cup, right? The champions get 50 million. The runners up, so Spain, 50 million. Runners up, Argentina, 33 million. Third place, England, 29 million. Fourth place, 27 million. The quarterfinals, 5th through 8th, 19 million each. Round of 16, 15 million each. Round of 32, 11 million. And group stage elimination, 9 million.
Yeah, not a bad payday, especially when you're talking like 9 million for Curacao. That's like they're rolling in it. Like
Or
that's
any of the other Haiti,
right? Haiti,
right?
yeah, absolutely.
$9 million for 3 games.
Yeah, not too shabby. Not too shabby. Blake, do you remember us doing any sort of predictions here?
Oh yeah, they're probably pretty bad. Let's hear them.
Well, they're not terrible. Not terrible. We'll kind of quickly go through them. Golden Boot, you had Erling Haaland. I had Kylian Mbappe. Kylian Mbappe did
Yes.
win.
Good job. As long as Messi didn't get it.
Yes.
That's all
he
I
had
cared
10. Messi had 8 goals. Jude Bellingham and Erling Haaland were both tied on 7 goals. Bellingham, yes, he got those 2 goals. That also not only made him the top goal scorer in this tournament, so the Golden Boot, but also makes him, oh, by the way, because everybody still probably thinks that Lionel Messi's a top goal scorer in World Cups ever. No, he did that in earlier on in the tournament. It was surpassed by a 27-year-old who probably is going to play 2 or 3 more World Cups.
Yep.
As he had passed him and now has 22 World Cup goals as a 27-year-old. That is wild. I think he's only played in like 22 games too in the World Cup. 22 goals. Yes, they came in 3rd place. It still counts. It's an official game in the World Cup. And the guy that I think it's like 15 goals in the tournament that scored it many years ago in like 1960s, 3 of his goals came in the 3rd place goal or game afterwards. So it does still count. In terms of the James Rodriguez transfer player of the tournament, yet to be seen, of course. But Blake, you had Erling Haaland, and honestly, I agree with you. If not on like a transfer player of the tournament, like he gained a huge following.
His sponsorships are completely change.
Oh, 100%.
Like, and I still think
Snapchat ought to be giving him a golden walkway.
You are spot on with this.
And someone like a Real, whomever is going to make an insane bid for him. This is coming up. It's not this season, but like
every your mom knows her or Erling Haaland is like now that
exactly.
The question is
absolutely
who can pay the money now?
Real Madrid.
There's only like 4 teams in the planet that can actually afford what he's going to be.
I think one. That's Real Madrid. That's it. There's nobody else that can.
PSG maybe.
Yeah, maybe. I don't see him going there.
Norway has my favorite random stat for the World Cup. I'll give you guys. They shipped over their own food. People first thought they were like, oh, it's because they didn't want the food in Greensboro, North Carolina. Like, no, that's not true. It's because of our schedule, the routine. We don't have digestive issues. Like the guys are going to go out and try stuff. Like but our chefs and stuff, we're just stick to a tight thing. Seafood, roughly 880 pounds of Atlantic salmon, trout, and halibut. And how's this for staying in shape, gentlemen? 390 pounds of Norwegian favorite cheeses, including Jarlsberg and brown cheese.
Yeah, that's awesome. Heck yeah.
A bunch of seafood and a bunch of cheese. And they're like, we don't want to have digestive issues. So we're bringing 400 pounds of cheese.
We're going to stop up our players.
Yeah, so why not?
Eat all the Stamey's barbecue you can in Greensboro. You'll be fine. I just hope to God they made it to Stamey's. I need to go there and see I'm supposed to go but Greensboro this January, and I hope to God there's a picture of Holland and Stamey's. And
Brilliant.
That'd be great. Dark horse team. Blake, you had Japan. I had Portugal. Ron, you had Ecuador. I think Portugal advanced the furthest. Not that they did particularly great, but they advanced the furthest. So, okay, I guess I won. Then who wins the World Cup? Blake, you had England. Came darn close. And I had France. Came darn close. But England won the third place game, so I guess you won that one.
Fair enough.
That's my logic.
That's close. I'll take it. My predictions are usually terrible, so I'll take it. The Hollow one made me happy, though. As it went, I was like, I think I was right about that. But it might not be for the reasons I necessarily thought. But
yep. And the FIFA World Cup awards, if you guys did not see this, I think that they were all very
they were on par, I thought.
Yeah, I thought they were on par. Obviously the Golden Boot was Kylian Mbappe with the most goals. Rodri from Spain, we've talked about him a lot, won the Golden Ball. Unai Simeone of Spain, their goaltender, won the Golden Glove.
Yep.
He only had 10 saves the entire tournament, and Emi Martinez for Argentina had 11 in one game. That's how good Spain's defense is. And speaking of Spain's defense, best young player is actually Paul Caparrossi of Spain, the Real Madrid Mbappe's teammate.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, not Mbappe's teammate, Lamine Yamal's teammate, who many players had tipped as being the best young player of the tournament. Didn't have a great tournament. I think he was probably nursing an injury, but Paul Caparrossi, the center back for Barca in Spain, had a great game. In the final here, he won the best young player. And the FIFA Fair Play Award. No, it did not go to Donald Trump.
Fernandez.
No, it went to a team, and that was the Netherlands.
Sure.
Okay.
Right.
I mean, why didn't it go to Japan for cleaning up the stadiums?
I know.
Or like Norway for just making everyone so damn happy. So
they
happy.
even did the row in the halftime show.
I will say that made me happy. Holland was in. That's when I thought I definitely won this prediction, when Holland was in the halftime show of the match he was not in. Yeah.
Did you know this? There's a golden boot, that's Kylian Mbappe, a silver boot, which is Lionel Messi, a bronze boot, which was Jude Bellingham. I didn't know they had
I didn't know they did that.
In different colors. And that has been your La Liga's Roundup.
Boom. All right, gentlemen. I think we're going to ride this in right on the perfect time. Beers of the Pod from Brewboard Brewing in Cambridge. Let's try that again. From Brewboard Brewing in Cambridge, United Kingdom. I had the ever delicious Cardinal Red IPA, and it was flipping great.
We had a Victoria Vienna style lager from Grupo Modelo
in Mexico.
4.01 on the old ABV. Quite tasty. Warmed up nicely too.
Very, very, very tasty. Yeah.
Follow us on the brewtifulgame.com. Leave a review wherever you find us on your podcatcher, and tell your friends and family and your grandmas. Guess what, guys? We got a new listener. My grandma today was like, "What's that show you got to show? How do I get that on my phone?" So today I taught her on my drive home from class night to get with you guys. I told her how to find. I was like, I don't know if you'll enjoy any of it, but I mean, she goes, "Well, I kept with some of the works. I'm gonna listen." So hey, grandma, welcome aboard.
What's her name?
Joanne Cobb, man.
Joanne Cobb, welcome to the Brewtiful Game. Safe travels. We love you.
I know. I was so stoked. Thanks for not cursing so much this pod, guys. You didn't know that was happening. Don't get in trouble, Grandma.
Only two.
Yeah.
We're early on too. So
early. We're golden. That's it. Ferris, you got us a Zlatan quote. Is it a contemporary one?
I do, and it's gonna be a kind of a multi-part. But if you didn't watch Fox's last show, there, Zlatan essentially said goodbye to the American audience and his time as being a studio pundit of sorts. And he is quoted as saying, "I've been talking a lot the last 1.5 months, so this will be my last word," since he said this to the national audience on Fox. I wanted to I want to thank America. I want to thank all the other people you don't see. I don't remember all their names like Thierry. I hope, America, you enjoyed it as much as I did. And this is also my farewell to the studio. This was the first and last time for me. So take care, everybody.
Of course, Thierry Henry knows everyone's names.
Yeah.
That's like not shocking at all, is it?
No.
Yeah.
And I bet Rebecca Lowe does too, right?
Yeah.
She's just such a pro in the business. And
she was wonderful. And
Incredible.
good for NBC for allowing her to go on loan to kind of fulfill this lifelong dream that she's wanted to do. Like
it's pretty
perfect.
altruistic, right? She's going to go grab all these people. And when the Premier League happens, they're going to go, oh, Rebecca Lowe from Fox is over there.
Great.
And they're going to migrate over. Smart.
Oh, yeah.
Smart thing to do.
Great.
It was brilliant. Telemundo, I'm going to miss watching the World Cup on you. I've enjoyed you this World Cup.
And so much so that Telemundo has the Spanish rights to the Champions League upcoming. Very well done by Telemundo. They did a fantastic job this time. Gained a lot of new listeners. Gained a lot of new viewers, Telemundo. So that's awesome.
All right, let's wrap this bad boy up. I got a question to end this out. We've talked about Mbappe a lot. Gentlemen, what is the favorite band of Mbappe? Hanson, baby. Mbappe, 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 Mbappe. Oh, oh, oh. Love the beer, cherish the game. The Brewtiful Game.
There's only one Zlatan.